Hey everybody, Mike Steele here with BBQ Champs Academy live, and we have got a great show lined up for you tonight. We got the champion, Miss Elizabeth Lipa, 2023 SCA Point Champion here in the United States. We got the runner-up to her, Mr. Raymond Patterson, and our newest drop that we just put out for the SCA and his 100% tell-all class. We're going to obviously dive into a little bit, talking to Raymond about the release of his class and everything. And then we've got just a tried, steady, true, just Texas bad boy, Mr. Randall Kendrick. He is a great friend, super nice. Everybody loves Randall, and he's coming off a big RGC at a very tough competition down in Vidor, Texas. We tried to get him on 2 or 3 months ago, and his just work couldn't let him get to it, but he was available for tonight, and we're going to have a great show, I hope, lined up for you. A lot of questions, a lot of answers. We'll see if we can get you some flavor profile stuff, and the one thing that you absolutely need as a cook. So we're going to end up kind of diving into a little bit of that. Without further ado, we're going to give folks a chance to come on. Let us know that you're here. We got Mr. Danny Titus from down in South Louisiana. Hey, Danny, I hope you're doing well. I don't know if it's going to be. I just checked the weather temperature. Next Tuesday in Shreveport, it's supposed to be 13 degrees. All I can tell you is that is flipping cold. And, Danny, if it's going to be cold anywhere close to that, you better get that trailer winterized up, man, because that will bust some pipes in a hurry. We got Christopher on here all the way from Connecticut. We've got this guy. And John, I even hate to know how cold it's going to be up there. If it's going to be 13 here in the frozen tundra of Wisconsin, it's probably going to be some negative temperatures. So we do appreciate you being with us tonight. Robert, thank you for joining us. Good evening. Wait for tonight's episode. Great cooks with a killer year. Absolutely. Evelyn, thank you for being with us tonight, all the way from Ohio, trying out the YouTube channel. Yes, 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 and yes. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Supposedly, everybody says it's a lot easier. We are going to be making the transition, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about that throughout the show. We've got 31 folks on here. This may be our last episode that we air on Facebook. I may do it one more week, but we're going to be transitioning over to YouTube. You can still watch it. You can get the notifications. It's live. You can still interact. Just like Emily, she's here tonight. She's on YouTube. She can comment. So if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go over there and do so now, where you will not forget it. I'm going to drop a link in here, and all you got to do is click on this link that I just dropped in, and click that. Go over there and hit the subscribe button. And that way, when we go live, you'll know it. I think it sends out a notification, if I recall. So we're really excited about making the transition from Facebook. We're pretty much going to do everything on YouTube. The reason we're doing that is because it's hard to find older episodes with BBQ Champs on our Facebook page, because you got to go through all our posts. On our YouTube channel, the cool thing is all of our podcasts are there. And you can watch them live. And it's real easy if there's like, man, I remember there was a little tip some such and such so-and-so gave, and I want to go back and watch it. Well, you're able to do so. So if you would, I just drop the link in there. Go in, click the link. It'll drop you right to our Facebook page. And go hit the subscribe button, and you will not miss a thing. So we want to try to get everybody transitioned over to that. I've already had 5 people do it as soon as we put this up. I really do appreciate it. So let's get back to the folks that are coming in. Mr. Raz, we appreciate you being here. Hope you're doing good. I've got 2 of the best in the business. Yeah, absolutely. That is for sure. Mr. Terry Roan, Mr. Champ himself. Glad to have you with us tonight, Terry. I hope you're doing well, and I hope we'll see you on the SCA circuit quite a bit this year. Darren, thank you for being with us. I'm doing well. Been pouring down rain yesterday. 45-mile-an-hour winds today, it seemed like, but it's finally calming down. We got some cold weather coming. I'm enjoying it. So, Sam, thank you for being here. We really enjoyed having you on our show here a couple weeks ago. Hope you're doing well. Kyle, thank you for joining us down in South Louisiana. Brandon, we appreciate you being here. Should be a great show. I'm certainly thinking it will. Blake, thank you for joining us. Looking forward to the show. Hope all is well. Doing good. Yep, there's that right there. Go to that link. It's in the comments. It's YouTube, at BBQ Champions. Please go in, click the subscribe button. I don't know if it's automatic notification or if you turn on the notification, but from what I understand, as soon as we go live, it'll pop up in your feed, and you won't miss a thing. It'll just be right there on YouTube. So, Josh, appreciate you being here. Now, we've got plans to get Josh on our show next week. Italians do it better. He's watching on YouTube. Thank you, Josh. Josh, let me know if it pops up when we go live, if there's a notification. I've never really done it. And if you will, let me know if it's an automatic notification when we go live. But Josh is coming off a very good weekend. He was down there cooking with Randall Kendricks in Vidor. First time I think he's been over to Texas. Had a first place rib, or let me see, maybe it was a first place brisket, second place rib. I think his chicken finished 18th. He finished third overall behind two heavy hitters. One is our very own Robert Smith with First Class Barbecue. He grand champion. His good buddy Randall, who's on our show tonight, he got reserve grand champion. And Josh, he called me, he said, man, I thought I was walking into Hornet's Nest. There was Philip Breeden, there was Chicken Fry, there was Robert, there was Randall, and a whole host of other ones. He said, man, I felt great to come out of there with the first and the second. So Josh is really a newcomer into this, hadn't been cooking in a very long time, and he has been absolutely killing it. We're going to give him the spotlight, and we got some other guests that we're trying to get on as well. So congratulations, Josh, on a great weekend. There's the man himself. He's running a little late tonight, but we at least appreciate him being here. Gordon, thank you for joining us. Tony, we appreciate you joining us as well. Mr. Jamie Roby, let's see. Found it on YouTube. It's super easy. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. Make sure, once again, that you hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. I'm going to probably drop this thing in here 3 or 4 times, so the people that are just now coming on, they know it. Go click that link, because we are going to end up dropping off of Facebook, and we're strictly going to stream on YouTube. Makes it easier for everybody to go back and see past episodes. Mark, thank you for joining us tonight. Scott, thank you for being here all the way from Ohio. Yes, that's awesome. We had that today in Florida. The wind finally died down. Yeah, I tell you what, it was pretty rough around here today. We had some 35, 40 mile an hour winds. James Dotson, there we go. Let's see if Gordon's going to put free James, hashtag free James. I don't know if you know what's going on or not, James, but he started that about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it's when I keep putting you in jail after what you did to me. So anyway, thank you for being with us tonight, James. Sean, thank you for joining us. Hi from deep in South Texas, maybe? I'm not sure. Jason, thank you for being with us. There's the man himself, Mr. Vince. I tell you what, this guy's got some incredible sauces and glazes. Be sure to check them out. Texas Wizard has got some great stuff. You got his name there. All you got to do is go find him on Facebook, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed in his product. He's got some great stuff. So, Teresa, thank you for being here. Looking forward to tonight's show. Yes, we are too. Okay, here we go. Deep in the snow in Wisconsin. Yeah, I would imagine y'all got some pretty rough weather up there. Rita, thank you for being with us. Great to finally see you. Yeah, we appreciate you being here. Don't be a stranger. Keep finding us. Once again, I just dropped that link in. We got 50 folks on here. This is great. We're going to have a great show. And once again, I'm going to just keep announcing this a few times. I'm sorry I'm being repetitive, but I don't want people not to know where we are. Click the link there. It's in the chat. Go to our YouTube channel and hit the subscribe button. This may be our last week that we're going to go live on Facebook. We're going to start going live on YouTube. So, Anthony, thank you for being here. And there it is. Hashtag free James. He's got that rolling, baby. Blake, let's see. Howdy from Cameron, Texas. Thank you for joining us. Miss Brenda, I hope you're doing well. It's pretty nice today. A little bit windy, just slightly. But it's better than what it was yesterday, because it was pouring down rain and cold. I hope you're doing well. And your basement looks awesome. And y'all have got one heck of a game room down there. Scott, thank you for being here all the way from Rhode Island. Man, we've got a big crowd tonight. William, all the way from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Thank you for being here. There it is. Let's see. Just switched over to YouTube. Great. Let me know if you like it, Brandon. We're thinking that it's going to be pretty well. I'm seeing more and more people over there on that YouTube channel. He's on YouTube. Philip, Lang and from Alabama. He's on the YouTube channel. Thank you, Philip, for being over there, and looking forward to seeing you in future podcast over there as well. Corby, thank you for joining us. And Blake, thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate you being here. And looks like at this, we had about 45, 47, 48, 49 folks on here. We got a great crowd tonight. Super, super excited. Giving everybody just a few minutes to kind of come in, see where everybody's from. We always like to give everybody a little time on the screen, and we really do appreciate it. Try to get some secrets from Randall. Yeah, we're going to kind of see if we can twist Randall's arm a little bit, see if he can give us a flavor profile here or there. So anyway, we're really excited. We got some great, great guys and gals on here tonight. Two of the absolute baddest SCA cookers that's been out for some time now, and including BBQ Champs' newest class drop. We are super, super excited. It was about 2.5 years since we released our last class. I think our last class was Will Collier's class. It was about 2.5 years ago. We had a lot of people kept wanting us to get some new steak cookers, and we just really wanted to try to find the right one, see who was really consistent. And man, we seen what Raymond was doing, and I reached out to him, and we was super excited when he said, man, he would love to come on here. So without further ado, let's bring on one real quick. Let's thank our partners, the barbecue store, Mr. Dustin Stanley. Thank you for everything that you've done. You've been here with us from the very get-go. David with Gunnar Wilhelm Knives, some of the absolute best knives in the industry. My dear friend Gail down at Daigle's Barbecue. They got some great sauces and glazes, and Raider Red Meats. If you ever need meats drop shipped to you overnighted, she can get them to you at a great price, and they have got some absolutely great Prairie Fresh products as well. All right, well, without further ado, let's bring on our newest cook, Mr. Mr. Raymond Patterson with High Voltage Grilling. Hey, brother, how are you doing, man?
Good. How are you doing tonight?
Man, I'm telling you what, I'm blessed. I've got a warm building to be in. I'm not in the wind. We've got a great crowd tonight. I'm excited with the group of guys and gals that we've got on here. And congratulations to you, Raymond, for an outstanding year last year. 2023 was pretty banner for you. I know you finished third at the SCA World Championship and finished second overall behind Miss Elizabeth, who was freaking, I think, out the gate from beginning to end, man. She was killing it. So congratulations on an absolute killer year.
Thank you.
Also, for those that, if you was under a rock and you didn't see it, we just released Raymond's tell-all class on BBQ Champs. It's been over 2.5 years since we released a class. One of the absolute best classes that I think we have ever produced and put out. Right when I think I know it all and I've seen it all, he absolutely blew my flipping mind. So there was things that he did that I have never seen of all the incredible guys and gals that we've got on BBQ Champs. Raymond did some things that I had never seen and uses some of the newest technology, the Matrix. We'll let you talk a little bit about that. I want you to kind of start doing some talking as I'm filling everybody in.
Okay.
And we're going to kind of go into a little bit about that. So, you don't necessarily have to go into all the details that's in your class, but some of the newer technology stuff. Up next, well, the champ that was he was on her heels the entire year, Miss Elizabeth Lipa. Thank you, Elizabeth, for joining us tonight. Congratulations on an absolutely incredible year. I don't know if you went wire to wire, but I remember right at the beginning you was pretty much well out there, and I think you dang near went wire to wire for the whole year. Congratulations on an awesome year last year.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, he kept me on my heels pretty much all year. So it was a fun time, though. We had a good year.
Yeah, y'all were definitely duking it out. I kept wondering if Raymond was going to be able to catch you. And we're going to talk a little bit about your SCA travels and all the places that you went, how many miles that you put on your car, because we were talking a little bit about that. And it was just like, oh my gosh, that is crazy. Next up, well, this guy is absolutely amazing. It's Mr. Randall Kendrick's Hideaway Smokers. Man, this guy is absolutely phenomenal. I said it again. Hideaway Smokers. I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry. Hideaway Ranch. I'm so sorry, Randall. Thank you for being here, brother. It's always great to have you on our show. I think we had you on one other time.
Yes.
You have been absolutely killing it. And thank you for taking the time out to be here. We got a great group tonight. We got 56 folks on here. We got a lot of questions, a lot of answers to get asked. And don't forget to stick around. We're going to be doing this week in and week out. Our free class giveaway is going to be toward the end of the show. We're going to have a drawing for our $99 backyard barbecue class. You'll get all 20 classes, and we've got one question that we're going to ask, and we're going to see who gets it correctly, and you'll get the classes. So, Randall, once again, man, thank you for being here. We're going to talk a little bit to everybody and get everybody kind of involved. Randall coming off a huge reserve grand champion, as I was said earlier, in Vidor, Texas, a tough competition. It's usually got some heavyweights, and he got RGC this weekend. So anyway, well, without further ado, let's kind of dive in. I want to kind of jump over here and talk to Raymond a little bit. I know a lot of people have been wondering about his class and everything. Raymond, it was great to get you in here. I really do appreciate you giving up everything that you do on the SCA circuit to be able to show people how you're going about it. You've got the reputation of being, Mr. Consistent, and it really proved last year.
Yes, and I appreciate you having me on and to do the class and to show everybody, what I do and how I do it, help them out with their process.
Yeah. So let's kind of talk a little bit about your season. How many competitions did you end up doing this year?
I believe I did 96 this year.
96. Okay. And in contrast, Elizabeth, how many competitions did you do?
148 states this year.
So 148.
148.
Wow, y'all are crazy. Wow, that is insane. Well, Raymond, let's talk a little bit about, I know you had, 96, 97 competitions. How many top 10 finishes did you have overall last year?
I believe it was 59 or 60.
I said top 10. Yeah, 59 or 60. How many first place finishes did you have last year?
10 first place.
10 first place and around 60, 65 or so top 10 finishes. Man, that's over a third of your competitions in the top 10. Man, that's pretty strong. So, so how long have you been cooking SCA competitions?
This was my 4th year cooking.
Okay.
On the circuit. And before that I did barbecue, and of course barbecue just gets so far away on the comp. So at that time, DFW had a whole bunch of steak cooks. So I started doing steak cook-offs, and now they're starting to get further away too.
Right. Yeah. They're. I heard you're going to Missouri this weekend, so yeah, it kind of shows just how far some of you guys and gals have to travel. So, yeah, I mean, you had a really good year. I mean, for 4 years, I know in 2022, what did you finish at the SCA World Championship in 22?
The cook-off in March, I finished 4th there.
4th there out of 300 teams, and then last year you finished what?
3rd in points.
3rd in points. And how did you do at the SCA Championship? Did you finish 3rd?
Yes.
You finished 3rd. So 4th in 22, 3rd in 23. Wow. Wow, that's pretty hard to do. So, especially with 300 teams competing. So, well, maybe you just keep moving on up. I'm sure Elizabeth is going to try to be right there with you. So, oh goodness. And I don't know. You've done really amazing, and some of the things that you did in your class to me, and I've been at the feet of a lot of amazing steak cookers, 2 world champions, a points champion, a points chase runner-up. Shauna's the female cooker of the year. Will Collier, Oklahoma State champion, and good Lord, a host of wins. There were some things that I seen you doing that was kind of blowing my mind. And I really had to start asking a lot of questions, because we really do like to give these classes to where they're very, very detailed, very informative, where we don't really miss anything. And you brought out a gadget that I had never seen before. And I was like, what is this and how are you using it? You don't have to go into all the detail, but let's talk a little bit about some of the newer technology that you're using. And it's amazing to me to see how fast the SCA has progressed in 2.5 years from what I had seen to what is out there now. Let's talk a little about that.
Yeah, I use something called the matrix. It does more of the doneness on the percentage of the doneness versus off the temp.
Right.
And that's the hardest part for everybody to go from is, I mean, they've always done temp, and I use temp as a reference for the percentage, but it's going off percentage on when I do pull my stakes and when I rest my stakes and
right
and all that.
Right. It was truly, it was fascinating to see. And it was even harder for me the first time as we're filming it, because I don't get a chance to pre-see this stuff, to grasp it. And I really had to make sure I went into detail of exactly what the heck was going on. And everybody said, I've got a few folks like, man, you did an amazing job talking through that so we could literally understand everything, because I was asking so many questions. I almost think I got Raymond tongue-tied a few times, and we had to go back at once, and I wanted to cover. Once I kind of understood it, then at the end, we just kind of wrapped that cooking class up to where I really was able to understand it and just talk to him more sensible instead of not knowing anything about it. But it was really some fascinating stuff. I will tell you, your steak is very, very well balanced and absolutely amazing flavor. And yes, you absolutely nailed the doneness on that steak, and I was blown away at what I had seen. So it was really good. You cook on an M16 grill, and we really went through very in-depth on the steak selection, how he trims it, the marinade. He does something a little different on the marinade that I hadn't seen. And it was truly amazing to see some of the things that you was doing.
Thank you,
Elizabeth. Let's kind of dive into what you've got going on now. How long have you been cooking, Elizabeth?
Yeah, I started SCA in April of 22, so just
couple years.
Almost 2 years now, and so just took that first year to kind of learn the ropes. The process, learn as much as I could in steak selection. It's amazing what you can learn just listening to the other cooks around you. So just took that time to learn my trailer, learn the traveling, and then I could start focusing on really improving. So it's been great. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see. Evening, this is Facebook, but have YouTube on laptop, but don't see how to comment on there. Have to create a channel. Okay. If anybody sees this post or this comment that's on YouTube, let's help Susan out. If you would, drop a comment in the chat of how you go about commenting on it. I thought it was just right there. There was comments that you could just go in and type and it would pop up. But if somebody can give her a little better explanation, I don't really want to try to go into it live. So anyway, James is on YouTube watching it. Let's see, we got a few others. Hi, Mike, Steve Conway, and Conaway from Elizabeth and Raymond. How y'all doing? All right, so Elizabeth, you've only been cooking then. That last year was your second full year of cooking, correct?
Yeah, I haven't quite finished. I haven't gotten to 2 years yet.
I hadn't got to 2 years and already won the Points Champion. Right. So let's talk a little bit about that. So you kind of got your feet under you in 2022. Got some knowledge, learned a little bit, and then how many? You cooked 147 competitions. 148 competitions. Oh my gosh. Yep. How many miles did you drive to do all that?
It was 95,000 miles. I drove from Florida to Pennsylvania to Utah, Texas a few times. Never had a breakdown. I was very fortunate that never had a flat tire, no wrecks. So I was very fortunate in that aspect. I had a great mechanic. Really tried preventative maintenance, so I wouldn't have issues. But was very lucky. So.
Wow. Steve Conway says Elizabeth Raymond had my full respect for what they accomplished this year. Yeah, there's no doubt. That is amazing what you did, and it's crazy that you drove 95,000 miles running around to 148 competitions. That is amazing. So I've got a question for you. Obviously, now you went from Utah to Pennsylvania to Florida to Texas. You're in Tennessee, so I know you cooked all around the Midwest and the Smoky Mountains and the East Coast. Did you notice flavor profiles changing from, the Northeast to South Florida to Texas all the way to Utah? Did you just cook the same, or did you like, man, I got killed here, that doesn't work up here? How did you make pivots to stay consistent and flavor profiles?
Well, without having the experience of going to these places, multiple times, I really didn't have, a guideline to go by. You try to kind of look at the judges, see if they're older, or younger crowd, maybe tailor your salt down to that. But generally, I use the same profile all over the country. Once I settled on a profile that was getting some good scores consistently, then I stopped changing. There came to a point where I'm not changing anymore. I'm running with this. You're going to go up and down just based on, you're having different judges every week. So you're not going to have the same results in different areas. But I went with that one profile and just ran with it. So
yeah. Wow. So you didn't make little tweaks. You just kind of just let it go.
No.
What cook what got you there that's keeping you in it. Yeah. Randall, I think you'll even attest to that, won't you? Cook what gets you there, right, brother?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Produce good food, and it should be good everywhere. That's kind of my thought process.
Yeah.
Amen.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Lee Hickle, one of our cooks. Does it take that many SCA cook-offs to be competitive? Steve Conway put, if you're going to chase for points, it does. So I'm assuming if you're gonna run for points, you gotta cook a lot of competitions, correct?
Yeah, and right out of the gate, unless you have numbers like Raymond where he's killing it almost every time, then you have to go to as many as you can, and it's a big sacrifice. But if you want to win, and then it takes sacrifice sometimes. So that's what going to as many as you can, or else you got to win them all. So
right. Raymond, what's your thoughts on that? You got to cook a lot to do it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I didn't actually start till about April this year when I got back from the cruise, and had a couple of good weeks, and before I know it, I was back up in the top 10. And once you're there, you don't want to fall out of it. So you just got to go with it. And I think I cooked 102 last year. This year only cooked 96 or so. So
right.
But I mean, that's basically because there's just not that many comps. There were several of them in Oklahoma and Arkansas that didn't go. Several in Texas that wouldn't go this year. So
right.
I had to drive a little further, and just got to do what you got to do to get them points up there.
To get the points, yeah. Ask Elizabeth, just get in your car and drive. So,
yeah, that's happening.
Yeah. Nathan, the matrix is a learning process and not a plug and play. Yeah, 100%. But I tell you right now, if you buy his class, when you get done with it, you will know how to operate it and how to use that thing. Because, man, we probably spent at least 20 minutes in the cooking process just going over that. We couldn't see the screen, but we could tell you what was on the screen because I got glasses on and I put that thing up to me and I still couldn't see the dadgum font. It must be about a size 6 font because it is low. Oh,
the matrix is great because every piece of meat is different. We just want to cook all the steaks to one temperature, and we think that that's where it needs to be. And that's not always the case. So that's big helpful with the matrix.
Do you use the matrix as well, Elizabeth?
I have one. I don't use it all the time. I have that. Like Raymond says, I have I have my Thermopin one that I use also.
I got you.
Yeah. So I use it.
That's interesting. Yeah, looky here. You see who's on? You see this, Randall?
I see.
Bang, bang. Hello, Robert, brother. Man, I didn't know if you'd even be available tonight because I was wanting to get you on our podcast as well, brother. Congratulations. Man, that's back-to-back GCs for Mr. Robert right there. So he has been back on fire again. So if you want a great barbecue class, that man right there, Robert Smith, go to BBQ Champs. That class is there for you. So Glad to have you on here, Robert. Stephen, let's see. Congratulations, Randall, on this past weekend. Yep. Let's see what else we got. You have to be logged. Okay, you have to be logged into YouTube to comment. So, Philip, does that mean you have to have a YouTube account? I'm assuming you do. So, all right, there we go. Let's see, Jamie. There's a window that says chat. Okay, so there's a window that says chat. So I forgot who it was that asked that question, but there's your couple answers to how you can go in and drop some chats. So all right, so let's see, Elizabeth, you need a new cap choice, not. So,
Oh yeah,
yeah, USDA
Judge, I'm a
choice.
judge.
That's it.
That's one of the first things I did was become a judge to know that process too. And I recommend that to everybody.
Yeah.
Whether it's barbecue, steak, whatever, to know that process of how you're going to be judged. So
Yeah. Yeah, probably so. Let's see. That mileage is insane. Yeah, absolutely. Nathan, what have we got? She came up to Wisconsin and cooked in the snow. Yeah, I'm telling you. Let's see. And I thought 44 barbecue cook-offs last year was a lot. Yeah, Randall. What do you think? Let's get Randall in here and see what he thinks about all this.
Man, that's unbelievable. At the end of the day, me and the wife, we look and we say, man, that's 40 some odd, 45 comps a year. That's not very many weekends off. And man, y'all doing up in the upper hundreds, close to 200. Man, that's rolling.
That's a lot of cook-offs, man.
That is rolling.
Yeah. Elizabeth, is that the most cook-offs that anybody's ever cooked in one year?
I'm not sure. I would venture it might be. It's got to be pretty close. I'm sure the Browns have done.
They do a lot. I know Sandy and Tim have done a lot. 230s
maybe, but yeah, I'm not sure anybody's done that many.
So, are you going to do it again this year?
Not that many. No,
okay.
I'm going to kind of pick and choose the ones that I really would like to attend versus the ones I feel like I need to, to get the most points. So.
Raymond just went, thank God. Maybe I got a chance to catch her. So.
We talked about it last week. Everybody says that this time of year. And in a few months,
everybody will be out. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Well, Randall, let's talk a little bit, brother, about what you've got rolling on, man. You had a great weekend this weekend down in Vidor, a notably tough competition to go to.
Yes.
I mean, it's 30 people. They cut it off. You've got, come on. It's a who's who of barbecue. You was there. Obviously, we just had Robert Smith. He grand championed it. Congratulations to him. Philip Breeden, Bill Purvis, God, the Bryces were there. I don't know. I think Kit Polk was there.
No,
he wasn't.
Kit wasn't there. No,
he wasn't there. Okay,
he would have upped the entertainment for sure. But
I got you.
No,
yeah, he will always do that. So I don't know. It's a very tough competition to do. So let's talk a little bit about what you did last year and how your season went and what your game plan is this year. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Then we're going to kind of go in and start getting, one of the things that you absolutely must have that y'all feel is important as a cook that would help both the backyard cook and the competition cook as well. So we're going to kind of dive into that. But Randall, you had a pretty good year last year too, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Last year was what it was. The year before that, of course, we went after the Jack and we made it there. And that took a lot out of us. It's a lot of miles, nowhere near what Miss Elizabeth had for sure, but it's a lot of miles and it's an every weekend thing. Last year with with getting the new trailer and the new pit and the wedding, it was kind of a layback year. Just stayed close to the house with them, and we still did an awful lot of competing, but we stayed close to the house and just tried a lot of new things. I learned a lot. I took some lickings last year, that's for sure.
Right.
Still had a great year. I'm still real super excited and happy with it, but it was what it was. Coming into this year, we got Mama. She's training to be a head judge now. So she's getting more involved in the business side of it. And as far as, goals for this year, Mr. Mike, I'd love to make it back to the Jack again, but Robert Smith once told me, one time he said, Randall, what happens when you go out in the pasture and you chase after that calf? I said, well, he runs away from you. Exactly. So, I'm not going to chase it. I'm just going to focus on being the best that I can be, and let's just see what happens.
Right. Right. All right. Steve Conaway's got a question. What sanctioning bodies do you compete in?
Oh, I'll cook all of them.
All right.
He don't know. I'll cook
He's
CBAs, IBCAs, Lone Stars. I've even done a couple outlaws. They're a little bit further north, Texas. I've been focusing mainly on IBCA this year.
Okay.
I'm the chairman of the Cooks Committee. We got Dennis Butterworth and a handful of new folks on the board. Man, we just got a lot of exciting things going on in IBCA right now.
That's good.
So I'm just kind of going along with that, man. It's been really fun. It's been exciting, and I'm looking forward to what the future holds for it.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And we'll talk a little bit about that. Look who we got in the house. Now, if y'all don't know who this is, little gringa, this is Ray Barker. And she won the kids Master Chef Junior about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And we had her on our podcast. I don't know, Ray, if your mom told you, but your podcast was the most watched podcast show that we have ever had in BBQ Champs history. So, and if you also didn't know, we are going to have Ray come in, and we're going to do her tell-all cooking class to cook a steak and a pork chop. And we're going to we're picking up the bill for the entire thing, as we always do. We pay for everything, and we're going to give her 100% of the money. We're not taking any cut out of it, and every bit of the money that we get is going to go strictly to her to help her in her future endeavor to be an inspiring chef that wants to open up her own restaurant. And we are super, super excited to have this young girl come in and film her tell-all class. So we're really, really happy to have her. Let's see. A couple more. Mark from Louisiana. I can hear it, but congrats. Okay, let's see. I can hear it, but congrats. I don't quite. Okay, let's see. Deep Louisiana. I don't know what you got going on there, Lee. Yes. Yay. Oh, yeah, that's it. Congratulations. Oh, I know that lady. Oh, Randall. Yeah, Randall is from South Louisiana. Okay, there we go. Oh, goodness. I guess I got some folks maybe a little ahead of me, make sure. Okay. Let's talk real quick, Randall, because I know we got some barbecue folks on here. I know when IBCA first came out, the scoring system was a little not very friendly. There was a few little twerks in it that they were trying to get figured out. And but that was 2 or 3 years ago, and y'all have steadily been making changes. So tell us some of the changes, and has it gotten better?
Oh, absolutely. We've gone to a cumulative system.
Okay.
It's no longer the 10 points for first place, 9 for second, and on down. It's a total, collection of all 3 meets, and that's your total. So what it basically boils down to is you can't bomb any meat. You've got to be there consistent across the board on all 3, and we're no longer with the pencil and paper and that kind of stuff. Our board put together an electronic Scantron type system, and man, it's super fast, super accurate, and man, there's been a handful of times that, man, we turn in brisket at 3, and we're ready for awards at 4.
Wow.
It's a fast our head judges, they've got everything checked and double checked, and they're just waiting on promoters to say, hey, let's have awards, which is really nice.
Right.
It's really good to be able to get out there, and because after you've been there all night Friday night and all day Saturday, and a lot of the cook-offs we go to, it's 4.5, 5 hour drives for us.
Right.
So you're ready to get home.
Right. 100%. 100%.
Yes, sir.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, what have you got in store for this year? Are you going to kind of make a run for the Jack? I know you don't want to chase it, but how many cook-offs have you got planned for this year?
Well, Mr. Mike, good Lord willing, this will be my 3rd complete year. I plan on cooking every weekend. Now, of course, there's going to be times that, mama and the babies, they're definitely going to come first.
Right.
But we're going to hit them.
Lord willing, you're going to be at all of them then.
Yes, sir. I'm going to look for state championships and qualifiers, and and we're going to go cook them, you know.
There you go.
And I'm not going to put a lot of stress on myself, though. I'm just going to try to
Have
focus on being just the best person that I can be at a cook-off.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, goodness. What do we got here, Gordon? Facebook forever. I don't know what you're talking about, Facebook forever, Gordon. I don't exactly know what that means. So, all right. So let's kind of, I want to kind of dive in. We've kind of seen what everybody's going to do for next year. I'm going to kind of go over here to BBQ Champs. I do want to kind of show everybody something real quick. And if you hadn't seen it, you'll see it now. So let me get over here and go to present and share the screen. Give me 1 second and we'll pull this up right here. Share. All right, everybody should be able to see it. So if you didn't know, we did release Raymond's class this past weekend. He's got 12 videos totaling over 3 hours. An amazing steak. But I tell you what, Raymond, those chicken wings that you cook, brother, I will have to say, that was probably one of the absolute best chicken wings that I've ever ate in my life. And that sauce that you had on those wings was absolutely money, buddy.
Thank you. I enjoyed doing those.
Yeah, they were really good. Anyway, this is what his class covers. There's a picture of the wings that he had. This is his steak. How to select and trim it, marinate it, which rubs to use, how to apply them, the fire management on the M16, how to grill the steak. That is, if you see 55 minutes, and I would say probably 20 minutes of that 55 was explaining how to use the matrix. It was one of the longest cooking classes that we had. It is beyond detail. Then how to go about boxing the steak, and obviously on the wings itself, you know, he actually injected the wings. I thought was amazing with the rubs, how he cooked them, how to make the box and everything. So 12 videos, 3 hours total. You buy the all access class, $229. You'll get access to the private Facebook group. You can ask him questions anytime. And I just wanted to kind of get that out there to everybody, but it's on BBQ Champs Academy. You can go to bbqchamps.com right on the home page and scroll down to the steak cookers, and you will be there. So, Raymond, let's talk a little bit about what is the one thing that you absolutely have to have for your competition cook?
Well, I mean, a good grill, first thing. And of course, you know, my matrix is, so I guess I need 2 good items.
Okay, so you got 2 that's on the top, and it's definitely your matrix. I figured that was obviously the grill, because we know everybody's got to have a grill if you're going to be a cook.
Everybody got to have a good grill and be able
but you
operate it.
You're 100% right there with the matrix. That's your must-have item. Yeah.
It makes me pretty consistent on the doneness, and I can check the temp with it, and I can do the percentages.
Yeah. A lot of things there. A lot of things
on that screen.
All right. Okay, Elizabeth, what is the one thing that you feel like you have to have that would probably benefit all the other cooks as well?
You know, other than the thermometer, I mean, that's the most important to me, you know, of any barbecue, anything, that thermometer is crucial. But sharp knives, that's if I don't take anything else other than the thermometer, then a sharp knife. My Gunnar Wilhelm is my favorite knife. Yep. You know, keeps me safe. A sharp knife is a safe knife. I cannot get my appearance on my steaks the way I want unless I can you know, cut sharp edges on that with that knife. So that's my most important. Okay,
that's cool. All right, Randall, what you got, brother?
And I tell you what, the first thing that's got to happen is I got to find a way to keep Brother Man home. That's Robert Smith.
Robert, yes.
I got to try to find a way to get him home.
Yes.
You know, that's number one.
Right. Keep him away, because nobody wants to have to cook against him every weekend.
That's right. That's right. He's talking about going where I'm going this weekend. And no. We got to figure this out.
I love it. So what you need to do, Randall, real quick. Now, let me give you a tip. You tell him you're going here, and then you fake and you go there. and he's on here right now. So
Uh-huh.
I have to only hit a couple SCAs. What's a roundabout cost to go to a competition? All right, Robert, don't leave. Let me get Robert Randall's question answered. So,
Yeah.
and then we're going to, I've got two questions, and I've got one ahead of yours, Robert, and we'll kind of find that out. That's a good question, Robert. So what's your 1-2? Keep Robert away. That's obvious.
Yeah, that's obvious. Mr. Mike, I'm a stick burner. I burn on an outlaw.
Okay.
And to me, the most important thing is I've got to have clean cooking wood. Without that, I spend hours upon hours every week. I cut my own trees. I split my own wood.
Okay.
I'm very selective. I get messed with a lot because it's got to be clean, and I might go through a half a pile of wood and only get a cook out of it because I'm just that selective when it comes to my cooking wood.
Okay.
Got to have that good, clean fire.
Do you
What
mind?
type of wood? What type of wood do you use?
Mainly post oak.
Post oak.
But I
Okay.
do throw some apple in there from time to time.
Okay. Do you check the moisture in the wood? Since you cut your own, do you have a meter that checks the moisture?
No, sir. No,
Okay.
sir. No, sir. I've never found them to be accurate enough.
Right.
They're kind of funny, and so no. I'm just highly selective on the trees that I go and cut.
Okay. Okay. Is it pretty seasoned? I mean, is it at least 6 months old, or do you kind
Oh,
of
yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir. The post oaks that I'm looking for are the ones that have been down for about 2 years.
Okay.
So much to where the bark is already off.
okay.
And that outer ring of the wood is already starting to fall off. So all I'm
Okay.
using is the heart of that tree.
Okay, so you've really
Yeah.
got good, nice dry wood. It'll ignite fast, it catches quick, and it gives you a very, very good clean fire when that happens.
That is correct. I cut way back on that time that I'm going to have any kind of smoke that you can see.
Okay, there's your pro tip right there. Clean fire. That's basically what he's telling you. Dry enough wood that'll ignite quick and get a clean fire. That's really, really important. So, all right, 3 cool tips. Flavor profiles. Let's ask you a little bit about flavor profiles. Have you seen flavor profiles change over the last, say, from 2022 into 2023? Have you kind of seen them change a little bit?
I've changed mine. I did last year. I changed my flavor profiles, and I started I started taking some whoopings. I'm going to tell you. And y'all had mentioned it earlier, the word balanced.
Mm-hmm.
To me, use whatever you want. There's a lot of great seasonings out there. I can sit here and name a dozen of them.
Right.
During barbecue store. They're all there. But just have a balanced flavor. I believe Miss Elizabeth said something earlier about she never has to change her flavor profile because it's just a balanced flavor.
Right.
Well, to me, that's the most important thing. I don't have anything that stands out above the rest. You're not going to taste salt above pepper or smoke above the pepper, or heavily sweet. It's just a very balanced profile.
Right.
And as long as I can keep it that way, and it doesn't always work that way because it's barbecue.
Right.
And I find that whenever I can hit that mark, I do pretty well.
Okay. That's interesting. That's very, very, very interesting. All right. So we've got a couple questions. Let me see. Ray, don't go anywhere because I'm going to ask him that question. I think that's a great question. But Robert has a question. I have only hit a couple SCAs. What's a roundabout cost to cook an SCA competition? Elizabeth, you can go first, and then Raymond, you can follow up. What's an average cost? And let's just do this. Let's say a competition that's within 250 miles.
Yeah. $500 would be for a double. You're doing 2 steaks. The entry fees are $320 just for the 2 steaks.
Okay.
They supply the meat, so you don't have to go and worry about buying and ordering meat, which is great. It's part of the easier part versus barbecue. There's a lot less preparation,
right,
with meats involved.
Right.
And then your travel, I said the, gas to get there. We all drive diesels with our big trailers. You don't have to do all that, but that's
right.
Certainly adds to your mileage. If you stay overnight in a hotel, you're looking at $150, there. So,
Not cheap.
I would do Friday, Saturdays. You're looking at $1,000 a weekend. For a lot of these. So that's
Okay.
not usual.
That's
if you're
interesting.
taking points. Yeah.
So about 500 to cook a double.
Yeah.
All right, Raymond, what are you somewhere around that same area?
Yeah, pretty close to that same. Also, I mean, if I can stay in my trailer, I can save a little bit of money there for motels and stuff. But usually anywhere from 5 to 1,000 a weekend, pretty much.
5 to 1,000. Okay, depending on if you're doing a double at two different, or no, cook off at one, have to take off, go to another one. Yeah, Robert's been known to do that. I've seen Robert cook on a Saturday, and he leaves the ward as soon as he turns in stuff and heads to another competition for the next day, and finds out on the way did he win or not, which he usually does. So anyway. All right, real quick. We've got quite a few folks on here. I should have done this a little earlier. I'm going to go ahead and drop this in the chat, just letting everybody know, and I just put this in the chat. We are making the switch to go to YouTube, and so I just dropped a link on the comments. Click that. That'll take you to our YouTube channel, and go hit the like or the subscribe button so you'll know when we go live, because that is one of the things that we're going to try to make the transition here in the next, I would say, week to 2 weeks. We're going to go over there. You can still comment. You can still do all that as well. Looks like tonight we've already got the 16 new people. I really do appreciate that. And the reason we're saying that is because we want you to know where we are so when we do make the transition. So if you haven't done so, click the link that I just dropped in the chat. It's at YouTube at BBQ Champions Academy or BBQ Champs Academy. And then just go over there real quick. Won't take but a second. Hit the subscribe button. All right, we're going to go over here to another very interesting question. I thought this was great. Let me go back, Ray, and see if I can find your question. There we go. All right, so Ray Barker, who won the MasterChef Junior, and Lee, I'm going to get to your questions here in just a second. What's y'all's favorite meat to cook? Let's go ladies first. Elizabeth, what's your favorite meat to cook?
I'm going with pork ribs. I love doing pork ribs and brisket. I've got a brisket on the smoker right now going.
Okay.
But yeah.
That's your favorite.
Yep.
All right. Let's go to Randall. What's your favorite meat?
Well, I'd have to say my favorite is going to be pork ribs too. I mean, in Texas, brisket is king, of course. Chicken's just comes natural to me. But
he's a chicken killer. Let me tell you right now. So
I really do. I just enjoy cooking pork ribs, man. It's
quick. It's easy. It doesn't cost a lot, and you can have them done in 4.5 hours, right? So, and they're so good. All right, let's go to you, Raymond. What's your favorite meat to cook?
The family likes anything that I cook just bacon wrap basically on the smoker.
Hey, everything's better with bacon.
For sure.
So I will agree with you there. So anything wrapped up in bacon. Well, look, them dadgum chicken wings that you cooked, they were so good. You might need to cook them chicken wings, and when you get ready to finish off that sauce, wrap them with bacon. So a bacon wrapped chicken wing, man, talk about something that would probably be good. Oh, goodness gracious. Guys, I really do appreciate all the comments. I'm going to go through here. Randall is starting on that next batch of 20 GC coins. Yeah, man, he's got a stack of them. So let's see. Okay, here we go. I'm sure that this is directed at Raymond. How hard was it to film your introduction video? So, go ahead.
It took a few times for the introduction video.
That's always the hardest part. There is no doubt. So, all right. Lee Hickle. Randall, what charcoal wood do you... Oh, okay. This is to everybody. What charcoal or wood do y'all use? Randall, do you add any charcoal, or are you 100% sticks?
No, sir. I start my pit with hog logs. Lewis hog logs.
Okay. And then feed it chunks of stick.
And then I feed it wood from there.
Well, post oak and maybe a little apple. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to Raymond. Raymond, what do you? Pretty much is charcoal or?
Yeah, most of the time it's B&B's orange bag.
Okay. All right. And Miss Elizabeth, any wood in your flavor profile, or is it just strictly wood?
Yeah,
charcoal?
I do barbecue at home too. So I use Jealous Devil charcoal.
Okay.
And I use the briquettes and the lumps when I'm doing on my drum smoker. Then I also use the pellets on my Traeger and my Myron Mixon smoker. So that's my brand. I've used it all year long. So
Okay. All
love it.
right. Let's see here. All right. Rita, finally, the secret barbecue of Randall. Yeah, we're getting some information out of him. Here's a good one. Do any of you guys like mesquite? Now, I'm sure this is going to be more of the Texas, and Ray's asking you this question. That's all we use here. Now, she is way down South Texas. It's strong, bold smoke. She likes it. Randall, have you ever played around with that stuff?
Mr. Jamie, he's over there. He's got to be laughing his tail off right now because I cannot stand it. I do not like mesquite at all. But
I don't either.
But he's gotten me into using a little bit more of it from here or there.
Okay.
It's but
yeah.
Man, I don't like it. God,
yeah,
I don't like
you got to be careful with it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. I was a little starstruck this weekend meeting Robert and Phil. Could not be nicer people. Yeah, Josh. We're gonna have Josh on, like I said, next week. Super awesome guy, and he told me, he said, "Man, I thought I needed to pack up my trailer and go home when I saw everybody there." So, oh goodness! Once again, go to our BBQ Champs YouTube page. There's the link that's here in the chat. Make sure you go over there, subscribe, because we are going to be making the transition, and we're going to go to YouTube, and I think everybody's going to like it. It's going to make it a lot easier for you to find great videos like this. If you want to ever go back and look at them, you don't have to scroll through page after page after page. So, all right, let me see if we got any other questions. Not because this is one of the things, the transition. Okay, good deal. I'm smoking a braided pork loin right now. Oh my gosh, I saw this girl. Ray is amazing. I heard that she cooks this amazing braided pork loin, and it's pretty cool. So that's why I said Facebook forever, the YouTube link. Okay. Let's see. Philip Long. Mine is tri-tip. There we go. Phil, it ain't easy. Yeah, it's for sure. And let's see. Where's Randall cooking next? All right, Randall, where you up next at, brother?
We're heading to Robstown this weekend.
Okay.
Heading to Robstown.
Okay.
It's typically, historically, it's been over 50 teams. So
okay.
It should qualify again this year. So we're going to go and, good Lord willing, get a couple good calls.
That's it. I mean, you've been on a pretty good dadgum roll. That is for sure. So, all right, we're about to give away our backyard barbecue classes. So just 1 second. Let me see. Lee Hickle said that mesquite is trash wood. Ray says, yeah, no one does like it. It is bold. And she said, thank you for answering her questions. I'm trying to make sure that we've got everybody's questions answered. If there's anything that I missed, guys, if y'all want to answer, or if there's something that I didn't ask, we try to ask a lot. Let's see. See you there. Safe travel. Looks like Lee Hickle's going to be there as well. So, if there anybody's got any question, I know we try to cover a lot tonight. We really got into a lot of detailed things. Kind of found out some of the pro things that they're doing, flavor profiles. It seems like to me the flavor profiles have been kind of balanced, and I think that's kind of what's sticking toward the middle of 2022, 23. It seemed like everything kind of was very savory and balanced. Tasted a little hit of everything, and I think that's where the flavor profiles are now, especially in barbecue. Randall, would you agree with that?
Oh, amen.
Okay.
Amen. That's what works for me.
Right.
Yeah. But I can't say that's for everybody, but it's what works for me.
Yeah. Well, hey, we'll listen to you any day, brother. Somebody asked on here when we're going to have the Randall Kendrick's class. So, hey, that may be coming in the future. I may be knocking his door down next. So,
well, you won't eat much on my class, brother. I think you'll go broke running it.
Oh, I don't think so. Anything going down in Alabama over the next month, I should check out. Any competitions down in Alabama that you know about, Elizabeth?
We've got one, actually, the Alabama State Championship this weekend in I think it's Gadsden, Alabama.
Gadsden, okay.
Friday, awesome. They're doing Friday and Saturday. Saturday's the championship. So yeah, this weekend.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's get to our trivia question for tonight. Now, look, let me explain real quick. It's the first correct answer that I see on my screen, not what you see. All right. I have to say that because mine is in real time. I have seen people post stuff. It's just like just a minute ago. Gordon posted, he said, "Oh man, I posted that a long time ago," so sometimes it may not come in real time. And I get it in real time because we're live streaming it. So it comes to our feed first. And that's the only thing I can go off of is what I see first, not what you see. So, all right. So here's the question. The first person that answers this correctly is going to get our 20 championship backyard barbecue recipes. And you'll get them for 1 month. If you have an account, all I got to do is just put them into your account. And if not, then I'll create an account for you and I'll drop them in. And right now we got 43 folks on here. So here is the trivia question. Which cut of steak includes both the strip and the fillet? Which cut of steak includes both the strip and the fillet? First person that gets it right. Dun, 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 dun. Does anybody not know this? Is my internet broke? Up, here we go. Yeah. Ribeye, T-bone. All right, there we go. Mr. Gordon. Gordon got it. First one. Porterhouse. That's it. Porterhouse steak is the one that has both. It has got the strip on one side and it's got the filet on the other side. Congratulations to Mr. Gordon for getting it. Rita was right behind him. I got a few people. There was a couple other folks that got it. So once again, that's the first one that I've seen. And Gordon, you'll get the 20 championship backyard barbecue classes. Congratulations to you, brother. And that's something we want to do every week, week in and week out. I noticed, if y'all noticed in our brochure or our flyer that we put out, the question was, who will win our, do you want a chance to win our backyard barbecue class? I think, will you win our backyard barbecue class, our free class giveaway? So I kind of just threw that out there, whimsical and being funny with it. And I hope everybody's enjoyed it. I wish more people had stuck around. We lost a few folks in the transition, but that's fine. Maybe they had some things to do. We appreciate everybody being here tonight. I need to brush up on my butcher knowledge. Yes. So anyway, I thought that was good. And we're trying to come up with sometimes questions that maybe some of the backyard people, because we're trying to get more and more backyard people involved in this. That's why we're kind of making the switch over to YouTube. Facebook is very, very limited. And they have to kind of know that we're here. We're on YouTube. It's a lot easier for us to put hashtags and keyword phrases in our stuff to get more and more people finding all of you guys, because BBQ Champs deal is we're trying to grow the sport, steak and barbecue competition. So I think it's pretty cool for a backyard person to come in and hear what you guys do, and you're all amazing. So real quick, I'm going to give each one of y'all a second just to thank your sponsors and everything else. Champ, we're going to go with you first.
I'd like to thank, Jealous Devil, my sponsor, Steak Tank, David Mayer has been my right-hand man this whole time. He's been there for me. He's been there for Raymond. When Raymond's trailer breaks down, David's taking equipment to people. So he's everybody's friend. We really appreciate him.
Yeah.
To my husband and my family for taking the wheel at home when I'm gone 3 days a week, 4 days a week, running my animal rescue with my foster dogs, and taking care of all that. So I'd just like to thank them. Thank you guys
awesome.
for having us too. I appreciate
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Randall, brother, let's go, man.
Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Mike, first off, thank you for having me, sir.
100%.
And, I'm not going to sit here and name names and stuff like this, but I don't have sponsors. What I have is I have a lot of family. I have a lot of barbecue family out there that has really stepped up and taken care of the wife and I, during our barbecue adventures. And I appreciate all of them so much. They know who they are out there, and they know, man. Just thank y'all so much. I couldn't do it without y'all.
Yeah, there you go, brother. All right, let's see. Raymond, you're up next, brother.
All right. My main, I guess, is Prime Time. They sponsor all my seasonings, anything I need, what I want. Spicy White Lightning. They knock it out of the ballpark all the time. The Aces Wild with the Wicked Pig. My M Grills. they sponsor all my grills and stuff for me. And duck fat spray. He gives me all the duck fat spray I need for all these comps, which it all adds up whenever you start buying this stuff. For 90 something comps or for 140 something comps. It all adds up, and I'm sure I'm forgetting people. David, like she said, David Mayer. I mean, he brought all my stuff to North Carolina for me so I could fly up there.
Wow.
So I mean, he bends over backwards for us, and if I have problems on the road, I've got John Tullis has helped me out. David's helped me out. Which this year I've had several trailer issues. With springs and blowouts and everything else in the world. So
yeah, you did.
But yeah, the SCA. I mean, they're a family and they help you out, and they if you need anything, they don't mind helping you. And I mean, you can ask us pretty much anything, and I'll tell you what I'm running, how I do it. It's just how it is, I guess, at the SCA. It's just a big family, and we all enjoy each other.
Right. Well, I tell you what, I mean, it is truly amazing how families come together. I know I've seen it happen time and time again with the barbecue community as well. I'm sure Randall has seen it. I mean, we're all willing to help anybody if we can. That's the whole part of it. So anyway, and it is truly great to have people that'll go in. And David is a super guy. I've met David a couple of times, and he just truly will do anything to help you. So
a great community of people. Yes, everybody willing to help each other. People helping me with my generator, lifting it into the trailer. Just always willing to help. So we appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, David is a heck of a guy. Yeah, he sure is. Well, I hope everybody's enjoyed it. Thank y'all so much. Thank everybody that's went over, and I'm seeing more and more people switching over to our YouTube channel. I really do appreciate that. It looks like we've added 21 new people to our YouTube channel tonight, which is awesome. So we was at 806 last week, and now we're at 851 now. So we are slowly getting everybody transitioned over to our YouTube channel. If you're on tonight, next week when we go live, go to our YouTube channel just so we can make sure everybody's comfortable with everything. We're really excited to be able to have this stuff on YouTube where more and more people can see what you guys do. I think it's awesome. That's how we're going to grow this sport. And we're going to end up getting more and more people. Our viewership's going to get bigger and bigger, and we're going to get more and more of these backyard folks in here. I want to thank each and every one of you. Elizabeth, congratulations on an awesome year. I wish you well this year and safe travels. Raymond, brother, thank you, man, for coming in and giving your tell-all class to BBQ Champs. I really appreciate what you did, too, brother. It was awesome. Absolutely phenomenal class that is selling like crazy. So he's going to melt my servers, I believe. So I was a little worried about that. It's been 2.5 years since we put out a class. And if you haven't bought his class, go to bbqchamps.com and go get Raymond's class. I promise you it is game changing. And Randall, brother, it is always a pleasure to hang out with you, to cook with you. You're got to be one of the most well-respected cooks in the barbecue community. We love you and your lovely wife and kids. I tell you right now, I'm here for you if you ever need anything. You know that, and
Yes,
not much that I can help you with because you're way over me, brother. But I appreciate you and wish you all the success for this year as well.
Yes,
I want to thank each and every one of y'all. I hope everybody's enjoyed our show. We will be back, Lord willing, next Tuesday night, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, for another outstanding show of finding out as much information as we can about our guest, and always kind of sneak in to get a little tip, flavor profile, what they're running and stuff like that as well. That's kind of what we've been doing for a long time. So we like to talk about all things barbecue and steak. Tonight we was able to do it. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. Y'all go out there, be safe, stay warm, have a lot of fun.